Middle of your week, middle of the day, and we get to create with some really fun products today. So my name is Colleen Magnus. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator on the East Coast in Chesapeake, Virginia, and I come to you live every Wednesday at noontime Eastern Time to create something fun with you. Hopefully you've worked hard and you're ready to take a break. So today is July 5th. I hope you all had a wonderful Independence Day yesterday. We had a great weekend. It was like a 4-day weekend because Danny took off Monday. So we worked the first day so we could justify playing the next 3. And we spent time with my sister at the beach. All of her kids were in. Spent time with my mom. Spent time with Danny's brother yesterday by their pool. Just really had a great, relaxing time. So I hope wherever you were with friends and family. And of course, y'all know we ate good at every single place. And hopefully you did too. So today I am going to come to you still showcasing the One Horse Open Sleigh suite. Now this suite is available tomorrow in our online exclusive products. In fact, Stampin' Up! Has a lot going on tomorrow. So I'm going to tell you in the beginning, but I'm going to reinforce it at the end because tomorrow is a big day. Tomorrow, Thursday, July 6th, of course, you have the new online exclusive products. So they are coming out. And it's a thing of its own. I'll explain later when I'm talking to you about the products. But online exclusive products are not in any catalogs. It's something Stampin' Up! Is trying because it allows them to introduce new products to you, without having it be in a catalog. Catalogs have to be printed and done a year or 2 in advance. With an online exclusive product, you go online to see it on my website, and they can bring more to us that way. Also tomorrow, July 6th, is we have the clearance rack is being refilled. So if you've ever checked out the clearance rack, it's retired product, but it is drastically reduced. Ribbons, oh my gosh, you always have the best prices on ribbons and embellishments, but you should see stamp sets and dies. Tomorrow it will be refreshed, July 6th, but it's only while supplies last. So you don't want to dilly-dally on that one. Then starting tomorrow, wait, there's more. Then starting tomorrow, we have what's called bonus days. So what's really cool about bonus days is when you place a minimum $50 order in merchandise in July, you get a $5 coupon to use in August. And that's for every $50 that you place. So say if you place a $100 order, you now have $10 in coupons that you can redeem in August. So that's called bonus days, and that is starting tomorrow. Also, if you are a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, and you do have to be a subscriber, the refills, past kits, and add-ons are all going to be on sale. So you will want to check that out. And last but not least, we have a brand new kit released. Stampin' Up! Has kits, again, not in the catalogs, only online, stampinup.com/kits. And there, you can just, they're great for gifts. They're easy to create. I love their kits. And every month they introduce a new one. So much going on tomorrow, July 6th. The online exclusives, that starts at midnight, actually probably 12:01 Mountain Time. So those of you who can't sleep, Patty, you're usually up either early or in the middle of the night. You can place your orders as early as then. So I am going to turn this around. Now, don't get confused when I first turn it around because it's not the One Horse Open Sleigh card. About 2 weeks ago, actually, 2 to 3 weeks ago, you can see it all on my Creating with Colleen Magnus YouTube channel. We created a arrow fold card. And I had done it with a couple different papers, and I had told you that I was going to embellish them, and then I would get back to you. So I did. So we're going to tidy up our homework that we had, and then we're going to create with this awesome suite. So here we go. Y'all know the fire drill. You just got to hold on. I can actually go slow because I cleaned up the other side of my room. Look at that. Oh my goodness. That's my stamp sets, my cards. Come on down. Love my stamp room, y'all. And then, the rotator went crazy. Hold on. Tilted it too far. Here we go. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So here, let me boot up my YouTube channel on my laptop and see who's come on. So, oh, we have a lot of people in the house. Hey, Bren, Judith is here. Kay McCoy. Hello, Butler. Oh, watching first time live. Well, welcome. I hope you will subscribe to my channel and join me every week. We'd love to have you. Renee and Danette, welcome. Patty, Michelle, hello from Kentucky. What's your weather doing in Kentucky, Michelle? We have had a heat wave. It's been in the 90s, which means our heat index has been well into the hundreds. Nothing like Texas, though. I have been praying for you people there. But still, hot for us, but as long as we have a body of water close by, we are good. I actually went swimming with Everett in his kiddie pool the other day, and we had a great time. So, okay, so everybody's here. Thank you. And y'all just pop on and I'll say hello then. Okay, Michelle has hot and muggy. That's what it is, Michelle. We have such terrible humidity here on the East Coast, and it just melts me, especially as I get older. Enough about that. So here was the arrow card that we created. And when you open it, that was the Earthen Textures bundle. As you open it, you know, it goes like this. So I have a video on it. So this is the one I created in the video. But then I used the Cheerful Daisies. So that paper is awesome also. So this was a Cheerful Daisies. I haven't stamped anything on the inside, but I wasn't sure where to put all the daisies. So I just layered them with the awesome dies and put them here. I've got a nice birthday card. And then this was another one that I did. So I just put the daisies, staggered them, and very simple. That is the wrap up to our Aerofold cards. So who online with me today has created their Aerofold cards yet? Bran, I know you have. I've seen them because you've been kind enough to post them to our team Facebook page. But that, if you want to see that, is on our video, my YouTube Live. When you go to my YouTube channel, there are videos from what I did before, and then there you have to click live to see the stream ones, because that's what I've been doing lately. I've been streaming the videos. Now, last week we did the Slimline slider card, where this slides out. So, wishing you a season of cheer and a happy new year. So this was the video for last week, but when I showed you how to extend the designer paper, because it's originally only 6 inches, that gave us an extra piece of designer paper. So I created another slimline card. And keep in mind, a slimline card, you know, it's kind of like dogs. There's so many breeds. You can make it as long as you want, as thin as you want. It's really a very versatile fold. So I just made a smaller version and again, kept it very simple. Just wishing you a season of cheer. So you can actually get the card parts for this one free when I tell you about the class I am offering with the One Horse Open Sleigh later in the video. So you definitely want to watch it all. So with the One Horse Open Sleigh, y'all know I had to make a shaker card. I love my special folds. And here, trying to get it to where the glare is not the window sheet, but I have all kinds of little snowflakes that are flying around in there. So that is the inside, but what a fun card to make. And I am making this card with you today. So you will be able to make it too. Going for the One Horse Open Sleigh, let me put these down here. Again, this is an online exclusive that will be available starting tomorrow, July 6th. The way the online exclusive products work, even us as demonstrators, and I don't know why, but we don't really know what is going to carry over, like what is going to be restocked, what is not. So you have to remember that it's pretty much available while supplies last. So when you go to the online exclusive section of the website, if you'll see the picture of the product, if it just gives you the description, everything's great, the product is there for you to order. If it says underneath, currently unavailable, that means they are getting this product back in. I can give you an estimate of what the time frame is on that, but you can't order it at that time. But we are getting it back. Now, if it is there today, but gone tomorrow, you don't see a picture or anything, then that means it was a limited supply and they're done. They're not getting it back. Again, I wish I could shed some insight to you what products will carry over and which ones won't, but I simply don't know. So if you see it, please get it while you can. This is only a sampling. We only got to see 2 of the bundles that are going to be on the online exclusives. They have, if y'all love that little country red truck, they have a punch. They've teased us with that, with a stamp set with little pieces that go in the back of the truck, and a beautiful Santa that to me looked like you could color him like stained glass. So more products are going to be on that online exclusives, but this I know for sure is, but do check it out. So you have the One Horse Open Sleigh stamp set, and then I was able to go ahead and, instead of just showing you the dies, show you the sampling of the dies. So this is Horse and Sleigh dies. These images are from the stamp set that you can punch out. Love the little snow drifts. I don't know if you can see it on there. It even has like a little kind of cut and raised edge on it. Very cute. The runners for the sleigh. How cute is that? A beautiful swirl, our little winter rabbit, and then this tree here. So this here is the bundle. Then you have, I'm going to go quickly because I showed this to you last time, but the designer paper is awesome, and this is my fear that's going to sell out. So you have these beautiful scenes on the back. Again, I'll go quickly. That gorgeous winter fox. Beautiful. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my sleigh going upstream or downstream. I got to figure that one out. It's a cute little deer. Love the pool party. So great scenes, and y'all know any kind of scene on our designer paper is very hot. People are going to love it, and it makes creating really easy. And this here, I think I got a duplicate. And then this is the sheet I'm using today. So those are really the stars of the show, but on the back, you really do have some nice designs and great colors to work with. And then last but not least, you have these really cute adhesive-backed snowflake assortment. So it's a gold, a copper, and a white in 3 different sizes and 3 different styles. Let me see if I can take that out. So again, not sure how well you could see that, but that is the entire suite, the suite collection. So what I'm offering, I guess we'll go there now, a free One Horse Open Sleigh class. So if you order this collection tomorrow on July 6th, not only will you get the parts to make 3 beautiful cards, but I will also send you the parts to make this card. So you will have, for the 3 cards, you're going to have a PDF to tell you how to put it together. You will need the suite because you'll be using your own designer paper and embellishments, and of course your stamped images and dies. But when you order it, use this host code here in order to receive the free class. So once you do, now the One Horse Open Sleigh suite is number 162130 for $72.50, but that includes everything I just showed you, and then you'll get the 3 cards, the 4th card if you order tomorrow. So that's creatingwithcolleen.com. And I'm going to put all this again in my newsletter when it goes out today. So if you don't receive my newsletter, go to creatingwithcolleen.com and you can request it then, and then you'll be in the know of everything that I have going on. Let me check my comments. If y'all have any questions about that, please let me know. Okay, so this, again, is the card. So let me show you what you need to create this card. First of all, we are using that sheet of the beautiful designer paper. So I wanted to leave it as a 6x6 so I could show you how I cut it. For the card base, you need a piece of Misty Moonlight, 5.5 inches by 8.5. Excuse me. A piece of basic white for the inside, that is 5.25 by 4. A piece of Night of Navy, that is 5 by 3.75. A window sheet, I kept the tissue paper with it so I could find it easily. And that's 3.5 by 4.75 for your window sheet. And then the little trees I've already done, I'm going to show you a cute trick on the trees to make them look snowy. So those are your pieces right there. So let me see. So Renee had the paper cut out and a stamp picked out, but didn't make the card yet. That's for the Aerofold card. Well, you're most of the way there, so you will definitely be able to see that. And hey, Karen and Lynn and Michelle, glad y'all jumped on. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this paper here, and I need to cut it so it is 5 1/4 by 4. So what I'll do first, I'm going to go 5 1/4 from this side. So I'll turn it upside down. I'm going to put this at, this edge here is at 5 1/4. Move my scoring blade and cut that piece right there. And then I need to come 4 inches down. So I'm going to go from the sky down into the grass. So that will be 4. And that's how I cut my designer series paper. So when I went to do this, I was originally just going to cut the center out and put them both down. And when I did that, I thought to myself, man, I wish I would have cut it maybe with a smaller piece. And what I cut them with, these are called the deckled rectangle dies, and you get 8 dies. They're awesome because it's not just a square, you get this really nice little bit of a deckled edge. So I used, when I first did it, I did the larger one, and then I wasn't going to have the outline of the Knight of Navy, and I wish I had made it smaller, and that's when I got the idea, wait, let me take the smaller one and cut that section out. Because this is where my Knight of Navy is. It's making that inside piece pop out. So I want to show you how I cut that real quick. For this one, I cut it individually because it was kind of like this thought process going on. But you can actually cut these at the same time. So what I'm going to do, of course, you have to use your die cutting machine. And I have the deckled edges. But I'm just going to line this up here. And then this one, I can just put right inside as such. So once I have them where I want them, I am going to take the sticky edge of this sticky note, and that's going to hold them in place. So let me grab my die cutting machine. So I have that here. Now since it is a die, I'm going to use plate number 1. The die cutting plate, because that gives me a little bit of thickness for the dies. I have to have an acrylic plate. And then I'm going to put this in here and then an acrylic plate on top. Now naturally you kind of want to go straight forward, but when you do it really makes it kind of hard to come over this edge. It's like boom, boom. If you ever tried it, you'll know. If you just take it and tilt it a little bit so it's going in at an angle, it's going to pretty much slide in like butter. And I do this for all my dies that have that kind of an edge. Ooh, it moved though, careful. Okay. So I will put this on there. Make sure your sides are even, and it just goes through so much easier when you put an edge in first. So now we'll take this, and when I take them apart, I have my outside. This piece I'm going to discard, and then that's my inside. So now I can go ahead and take my card base. Again, this is Misty Moonlight. It's beautiful. I've got it scored at 4 1/4. I'll take my bone folder, and I just want to give that a good crease. Now I'm going to take the 5 by 3 3/4 Knight of Navy, and I'm going to put this on here first. I have to because I have to insert that smaller piece of designer paper on here. And it gives me a guide when I'm putting on my adhesive strips. So I have, let me get it, even though you're not going to see it, isn't that terrible? I still have to have it straight. Okay. So now that I have that on here, I'm going to, this goes on flat and this is going to be popped up. That's what's going to create the space for the shaker card. But what I want to do, see if I can see, pull it towards me a little bit. I just want to lay this on here kind of as a guide. and then I'm going to tape the other piece in the center. So I'm going to take this, pull up in here. I wish I can get my head right over this, but then you just see the back of my head. Not good. Okay, so when I have that like such, I can take this, and that helps me center it. And as I'm centering it, you want to make sure you're also going with the line here. You want those to completely carry over. So I have that on here, and now I can set it aside and build the window for my shaker card. So I have this, and I am going to take some of that adhesive. I should probably just go straight across. It is so strong, you don't need much, that's for sure. All right. You know, years ago we complained about the adhesive not holding the cards together. We don't have that complaint anymore because the Stampin' Seal does work great. So I've got the 3.5 by 4 3/4 window sheet, and they come at 12 by 12. You get 2 of them for $5. And there are so many different techniques that you can do with the window sheet. But of course, shaker cards are my favorite. So since I had my fingers on it, I do kind of want to just wipe it off so I don't have any fingerprints on the inside. And then I'm going to take my adhesive strips. So we use the adhesive strips on the slimline card because they're nice. They're long, they're a little bit thicker than a dimensional, and they're very strong. So you get 2 of these in a pack. And again, it's 40 pieces, 40 of these pieces. So what I'll do now is I am going to take, my dilemma was, okay, how am I going to put the little pieces on the card? So what I did is I built my channel here so I can put them in, and then I'll put this piece on top. Each shaker card can be a little bit different, but that's what worked for this one. So I'll just take one of these strips, and I'm just pretty much going along that Night of Navy border. That's why I liked having it, because it just gave me a good guideline to use. Then I can come this way. You want to make sure that they butt up to each other, because if not, you're going to be losing your snowflakes. That would not be pretty. And then I'll take another piece, go along my bottom here, and then one more piece along the side. So who has made a shaker card that is watching? Leave a comment if you have made a shaker card. And if you haven't, I hope you will give it a try, because it really is a lot of fun. So push this down nice and tight for your shaker card. Now, what I really wanted, I felt bad because the ones that I had, the things I had to put in here, well, they retired. So I'm actually using the Sparkle and Shine sequins, which was in the last catalog. But I recommend using the loose silver sequins, which are in the new catalog. I've got it here because I had a couple things written down for the class. It's 161626 loose silver sequins, and they're only $6.50. They would work well too, but you just need something small that's going to shake around in your card. So Kay's made some, Brandon's made some, Michelle, good. Y'all know I love my special folds, and I definitely love my shaker cards. So I have these here, and I'm going to put them in here before I take the adhesive off, because if not and they fall along there, then they're going to get stuck to the adhesive. So these were pretty small, so I can put, I'd say you put a couple in there, quite a few. But the problem with the shaker card, you don't want to put too much, because depending on your card, the way it lays out, it can actually, they like stack up at the bottom, and they're too thick. So sometimes less is better. But what I'll do now is I can go ahead and take these strips off for each side. Throw them on the floor because it's just me creating up here. And it's one less thing on the table. And then I'm going to take this. Now when I put it down, some will stick to the top, but it's okay because it's just the static on the window sheet. And I am going to bring this a little closer because when you put this down, you don't get a second chance. It's going to be where it is. So I will just put that down. And then, did I? No, I didn't. Y'all, I put it upside down. Good Lord. Carefully pull that off. Oh my goodness. Nope, we're gonna have to roll with it. Okay, well hopefully no one will notice. Daggone it. See, I need to learn how to edit, but you know what? You could have done that too. So I'll show you the other one later. Live is live. What can I say? Y'all know my saying. I need to say it for every video. I love to teach, and I will teach you what to do. I may teach you what not to do. But I'll teach you something, so don't do that. All right, well, we're going to roll with it anyways because we don't have a choice. And I'll show you the other one. Because what happened was when I was pulling it off, well, I guess I could have because my window sheet was sticking. All right, hold on. We're going for it. Okay, because it's not ripping. That is sealed by my window sheet. So I'm just showing you how to fix your card if you do that. How's that? There's enough adhesive on that. I'm just going to put it on here the best I can. Come down. Make sure I've got it this time. This way. All right. Y'all know I had to do that, otherwise I wouldn't sleep. Woo! Back on track. So just make sure you come across. Make sure it's straight. Yeah. Thank you, Bren. Bren said that's something she would do. You know, I don't watch other demonstrators' videos. I think I need to. I'd probably step my game up a little more. But I just have to think this happens sometimes because it does happen. I'm just a very real person. All right, though. It's going to work. Praise the Lord, it's going to work. Oh, my goodness. So now let's decorate the front of this. Yeah, if I had to go back and actually try to edit my videos, would never get one done. So, sending warmth your way. I'm stamping that. I can get a better stamp. Okay. I am stamping that with the, I still don't like that. Give me a holiday and I have to be retrained. There. So I did stamp that with the Misty Moonlight. And I'm just going to fussy cut it. So I know everybody, everybody wants to die for something, but sometimes you just have to fussy cut. And if you have your paper snips, it's not a problem. So here I come across. Here we go. And then right around here. So I've just fussy cut this here, and I'm going to put this on with some little dimensionals, the mini ones. If you don't have many dimensionals, then you can always cut the larger ones in half. Okay. So let's see, Karen's done it before, Bren's done it before. Thank you, gals. I appreciate your kind words. And I think if you haven't done it before, now that you've seen me do it, yeah, you'll be mindful of that. So moving on with the tree, I wanted to put the tree on here, but I felt that doing it in the early espresso, that it was just too dark, and I wanted to lighten it up. And to me, I have all these, this snow scene going on, that's just beautiful. So I'm taking the early espresso tree that I cut out with the die, and I'm just going to take my Whisper White ink pad. And I'm just going to lightly hit it in a couple different places. Because I don't want to cover all the brown, but I just wanted to soften it some. And I don't know if you can see that. Let me check my video. Yeah, you can see where it's just lightened up a little bit. So I can put a little bit more, just a dab, and it just looks like snow on the tree. Now to put this on here, I didn't want to stick it flat, but of course I couldn't use a dimensional because it's just way too thin. So what I did is I rolled up a couple glue dots. So what I've done is I've taken a glue dot. You can take your piercing tool and pull that off. And when you do, just lightly roll it up and then put it up here on the top. So when you roll it, I know you're probably not going to be able to see that, but when you roll it, it's thin. And it's actually going to have like a little bit of a thickness there. So it is going to pop it off the front of your card. And it's also going to be strong enough to hold it. So roll a couple of those. So I can do one there. You don't have to do a lot. Roll another one. For there. And I'm going to do one more just down at the bottom. Glue dots are definitely great for holding definitely any of your embellishments. So I put a couple of them on there, and then I'm just going to put this off to the side. And I like it because it just reminds me of this tree here. So it's a little bit snowy. It is on here, and I've got my shaker card. You can see how it goes. So the front is done. Now let me show you how I did the inside. For the inside, I'm going to take the 5 1/4 by 4 inch basic white, and I'm actually going to create with some blending brush. I'm going to create a snowy hillside. So what I'll do there is I can just take a piece of copy paper. You want something thin, and just kind of do a little waving back and forth. So you've got a little bit of an edge here. I can even take a little bit of that off. Now I want the snowy side, let me put a piece here. I want the snow, of course, at the bottom to be light. So I can just take my masked piece of copy paper, and I just put it over on the edge here and make it a little bit higher. We have some good snow drifts. And I'm going to take the balmy blue, and I'm going to use my blending brush. So when I do this, I want to hold this down tight. I'm going to tap it, but I do want to start light. Always start light when you are doing any kind of blending. And there's actually a lot more ink on there than you think, so the harder you push, well then, the more blue you will get, the more of your color. I also like to hold the head of the blending brushes because the neck is so thin. So as I come down a little bit more, I'm creating my snowdrift. Man, we're just batting 1,000 today. I'm not happy with that either. Hold on. I know most of you watching, a lot of you are retired, so you don't have to worry about a boss. Y'all have time. And you know, if you're not happy with it, you just got to keep going with it. So this I felt, you might have thought it was fine, but I didn't like that. I needed something just a bit more subtle. And I think this should be it. All right, take two. Kind of the story of my life here lately. Take two. Okay, let's try that again. And when you do it also, it's really kind of darker than you think, so you can pull that up. I like that better. It's a little bit lighter. And then come around your edges to just bring all this blue in so it's not just above your snow. So there's my snowy scene. Let me see. Renee's used glue dots for her granddaughter's play jewelry. They work great. That is an awesome idea. I have 4 granddaughters. I will remember that, Renee. So here I have my early espresso, and I'm going to take one of the trees, and I'm going to come down and make this one a little bit closer, and then without stamping it again in the ink, I will just make this one in the background. So it looks like it's going off in the background. Now for my rabbit, when you see the rabbit, it actually has like it's jumping off the ground. And I didn't want the ground. So this is where, oh my gosh, if I mess this up, I don't think there is a point of return. And the way this day has been going, who knows? But you know, my mother always taught me, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I've never been afraid to try. So with my rabbit, I don't want that. So if I had a black marker, I could easily just color the part of the rabbit. But another trick is just take a piece of Scotch tape and put it over that part of the, what do you call it? That part of the land, the ground, whatever you want to call that. Now I'm going to ink the whole thing. Now here's a trick, and don't think I haven't done this. Take the tape off. Sometimes you forget to take that tape off, and guess what? You have a blob. The way we're going today, that very well could have been the next goof up. So I have my rabbit, and it looks like he's coming out of the snow, like he's jumping. Then I'm going to color him. So I'm going to do like a gray rabbit. So I have my smoky slate, and I'm going to squeeze it to where I have my ink on the lid. You don't want to take anything wet and ever put it in your ink pad, but you can definitely use your lid as a palette and use that. Yesterday I used a blending brush, but I was thinking, let me just come in here with a Wink of Stella. Because with the Wink of Stella, I'm going to get the sparkly, but I'll also get the color all at the same time. Oh, yeah, I like that much better. So I've got my little guy. And you'll want to take a paper towel, you know, especially if you've used water, like if you use your brushes like I'm getting ready to do, you'll want to take a paper towel and wipe that off later. So here, oh good, Bren, you're a woman after my own heart. She said she's forgotten to take the tape off too. So see, I'm not so different. We all have mishaps, what can you say? So I'm going to do the same with this one. But again, I have balmy blue, and I'm going to take my sheet back here, and I'm going to just kind of put some snow splatters in there. So I have our brushes that we have. They come in a 3-pack, and for this one, I'm using the bigger one, and I've got water. So I'm just going to squeeze a little bit of water in there. Okay. You want it light. And then I'm just going to tap it on my hand, on my finger. And that is going to give me some really pretty looking like it's snowing. I can even put a couple down there. So you could do this with any color, but of course I'm going to try to keep it going with the snow. Well, you never know when to stop though, so here we go. Good place to stop. Now again, since I used water here, I would definitely want to take a paper towel, which I had just a minute ago. Oh, on the floor. And wipe this out now. Because I wouldn't want to close that lid and have any of the water go into my pad. The bunny needs a tail. Man, you're right. I never thought of that. Well, I will get my black marker and see if I could put a little tail on there. Maybe I could get a little bitty piece of cotton and put that on there and it'd have a real tail. That's an idea. So I will take this, put it on my inside. Here. By the grace of God, we have a finished card where it's all going the right way. I cannot believe I did that, y'all. So anyways, let me get that out. This here, it worked though. So you found out, if nothing else I taught you, if it happens, just persevere, stick with it. I think that's why I've also loved stamping, because it's paper. You know, you might mess up, something might happen. First of all, you get a second side. You can flip it over and try again. But not only that, it's paper. We haven't lost too much. We can just keep trying again. So that is your card today. Thank you all for making me feel so good with my blunders. But I did want to remind you again what we had going on. We have tomorrow, July 6th, we have the new online exclusives that will be released. We have the clearance rack that will be refilled. We have our bonus days where you're going to get $5 coupon for every $50 that you spend in July, the whole month of July, and you get to redeem them in August. The paper pumpkin sale, if you're a current member, the refills, past kits, and add-ons are on sale. And also the new kit is released. So don't forget, if you order the One Horse Open Sleigh suite anytime during the month of July, then you will get the 3 cards. I will mail you the 3 cards as a free class with a PDF telling you how to assemble the cards. Just keep in mind though, again, it's while supplies last. So if you wait till later in the month, my biggest fear is either the designer won't be available or the snowflakes or the dies. You just don't know. It's truly a guessing game. But if you do order tomorrow, I think you'll be fine. And for your 4th card, I will include the parts for the Wishing You a Season of Cheer. And there is a video on this showing you how to do every single bit of it. So when you do that, use this host code. You can order from my creatingwithcolleen.com. And just know I appreciate your support and I love stamping with you. So let me see. Hello, Deborah. Love the card. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. Michelle asked, does it go live at midnight tonight? Michelle, I know the demonstrator pre-order ends at 11:59 Mountain Time. So that would tell me that at midnight or 12:01 Mountain Time, then we will be able to order these products. Everything will be, even the products we haven't seen, will be on the online exclusives. But keep in mind that's Mountain Time. So depending on where you are, you just got to do the math. I know it's 2 o'clock in the morning Eastern Time. Outside of that, I don't know the time zones. But anyways, I hope you will order this. The cards are going to be awesome for the free class. And again, I'm going to send everything out in a newsletter today with all the links to where you can find all these wonderful products. And if you don't already receive my newsletter, just go to creatingwithcolleen.com and request it now. So I am going to grab lunch. Thank you for joining me for your lunch. And I hope you all have a blessed day. And I will create with you again next Wednesday on July 12th. And we'll have a good time doing it. So take care, y'all. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.